once again, good morning, everyone. Morning. How are you today? Good? I hope you're good and welcome to Ad America. We are the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and this is the place for you to learn more about the United States. And hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Elizabeth. I'm one of the e-guides here, and I will be your host for today's event. So, did you know that college golf recruitment starts earlier than most students expect and goes beyond just your scores? In this event, you will hear real stories, insider perspectives, and honest advice on what it takes to get noticed, stay competitive, and navigate the journey with confidence. And today, at America, in partnership with Education USA and Ciputra Golfpreneur, we are proud to present U.S. Colleges Athletic Recruitment Golf Edition. Can we give a big round of applause? Yes. But before we begin, let's start with our question of the day for our online viewers. And the question is it true or false? Being a student athlete means you only focus on sports. You can type your answer below, and if you can guess correctly, you will get a live shout out from us at the end of this session. And now, before we dive into today's discussion, let's hear some opening remarks from Joan Slover, Public Diplomacy Officer, U.S. Embassy Jakarta. Please give a big round of applause to John Slover.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. It is fantastic to be here. I'd like to extend a special thank you to Pak Dading and to the Ciputra Golfpreneur organization, and of course to our colleagues at Education USA. Today we're here to talk about golf, we're here to talk about sports, and we're here to talk about school, which is a combination that normally you wouldn't necessarily see put together. But I think one of the things that makes golf so interesting as a sport is that when you step out onto the course, for 18 holes, the only person who determines how you do is you. It is one of the most individual, self-directed, self-driven sports there is. And that means that the athlete becomes the determinant of success or failure. Every game is unique. Every journey across the course is unique. And so it's easy to focus on that part. But at the same time, one of the things that makes the most difference on whether the game is successful or a failure is how much preparation went into it. On the part of the athlete, how much you practiced, how much you gained the basic skills you need, but also how much preparation went into the green, how much preparation was done by other people to set the game up, and because literally so many people in golf are shaping the terrain that you're going to be moving across. And education is a lot like that. When you get to your school, when you start college, it's your own journey. It is exactly what you make it to be, and nobody controls that except you. You work with teachers, you work with other students, but at the end of the day, you pick your classes, you figure out your training schedules, you figure out where you're going to go, and you determine your own level of success or failure. And in order to navigate those 4 years successfully, sometimes you also need a lot of preparation. You need to know what you're doing before you go in. You need to know who to talk to, especially when it comes to athletic recruitment. You need to sometimes make contact with coaches, make contact with the programs, understand the strengths and weaknesses of the terrain you're about to enter on. And that can make all the difference. So Education USA is an organization that works with the embassy and that is there specifically to help to understand the terrain. To know how to find the right school, to put you in touch with the information you need for testing, for the academics, but also to try and make the connections and provide information about the athletic side of things. And the good news is there are more opportunities than ever before to go to the United States and to study and to find real opportunities. For athletes, obviously, so many people dream of playing sports in the United States and then coming back and continuing to play professionally, and there are many opportunities for that. But in addition, we are seeing more and more need for people to support athletes and live in that space as nutritionists, sports scientists, media managers, fill a lot of roles to basically shape the entire terrain on which everyone else will play. And so I will stop talking so we can hear from our real experts, but I just wanted to say if anyone here today or anyone viewing online wants to know more about how you can make your sports education dreams in the United States a reality, please reach out to us. Please reach out to Education USA. We have a lot of information and a lot of tools that can help to make it a success. Thanks very much and have a great program.
Thank you so much, John Slover. And following the opening remarks, please welcome our moderator for today. She is an Education USA advisor here at America. Everyone, please give a big round of applause to Caroline Darmanto.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today. I just want to say hi to everyone who's watching, from the comfort of their home. But we'll talk about campur-campur ya, Pak, today a little bit. Okay, so as Patricia has introduced before, my name is Caroline. I am one of the Education USA advisors here at America. We actually have two advisors here, myself and my colleague May, who is standing right there. So John already gave you a brief introduction of what Education USA is and what we can do. Thank you. But I want to give you, I guess, a little tips and trick in terms of like how you can meet the advisors here or maybe in other cities. So maybe we can show the slides here. So Education USA is a global network. So we're available in over 170 countries globally. So not just in Indonesia. In fact, in Indonesia itself, we have about 8 centers and 10 advisors. Nah, jadi kalau teman-teman semua, if you guys don't live in Jakarta, don't worry. Karena kita punya center di Aceh, di Malang, di Samarinda, di Makassar, di Medan, di Surabaya, di Jakarta ada 2 centers juga. So you can meet any of the advisors, tidak harus yang ada di Amerika. If you take a look at the QR code behind me, you can take a picture of it, you can scan it. Nah, nanti tinggal bikin appointment-nya dengan advisors. It doesn't have to be in person because we do the consultation online also through Google Meet or Zoom. Nanti jadi tinggal dicek aja yang jadwalnya sesuai, yang cocok dengan jadwalnya teman-teman semua. And all the advising sessions are for free, our events are for free, jadi tidak perlu takut tidak akan dipungut biaya apapun. Okay, so that's a brief introduction from me, but we're not here to talk about it, right? We're gonna talk more about the athletic recruitment, the athletic pathway if you want to study in the US. Gitu. Mungkin aku mau tanya dulu teman-teman di sini, anyone here is an athlete or junior athlete? Nggak usah malu-malu. Oke, mungkin ada yang tertarik untuk main sports atau mungkin untuk direkrut secara atletik ke US? Ada yang malu-malu juga ya? Oke, nggak masalah. We're gonna learn more about it today. Specifically, we're gonna be talking about golf, but I think, some of the discussions, it'll be applicable not just to golf itself, but basically to any sports, kalau misalkan mau di-recruit secara atletik ke US universities. Okay? All right, so are you guys ready for the discussion today? Yeah? Okay, so help me welcome our speakers. We have amazing speakers for today. Let's see if I can get my notes. Okay, the first one. So we have Fadhli Soetarso. He is the alum, a student athlete alum from the University of Kentucky. So Fadhli, please come up on stage. Kasih tepuk tangan dong teman-teman semuanya. Okay, second one, we have Gabriel Hansel, a student athlete alum from the University of Oregon. The third one, we have Christian Amadeus Susanto. He spent 1 year as a student athlete at Campbell University. Last but not least, the reason why we're here today, Pak Dading Soetarso, the Secretary to the Board of Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation. Please come up on the stage. Oke, terima kasih sekali lagi, tepuk tangannya yang meriah dong. Okay, right. I'll pass you the microphone. Okay, thank you everyone for being here today. How are you guys feeling this morning?
Good, thanks.
Good?
Well, good, thanks.
Ya, oke. Mungkin kita akan introduction dulu sebentar ya. Mungkin bisa dimulai dari mungkin Hansel dulu, mungkin nanti ke Fadhli, lalu ke Amadeus, lalu nanti terakhir ke Pak Dading.
Hello. My name is Gabriel Hansel, graduated from the University of Oregon.
Hi there, my name is Fadhli Soetarso, and I graduated from the University of Kentucky.
And I am Amadeus Christian Susanto. I studied at Campbell University for 1 year, and I'm currently studying at Universitas Pelita Harapan in Jakarta.
Nice. Oke, mungkin Pak Dading.
Ya, saya Dading Soetarso adalah Secretary to the Board dari Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation.
Oke, Pak Dading, I believe we have a video ya.
Yes.
Mungkin kita putar dulu kali ya videonya
mungkin,
ya.
Yeah, just to give a basic introduction what we are, and then maybe I'll just summarize of what kind of support that we provide.
Right, sounds good. Oke, tim mungkin bisa di-play videonya.
In Indonesia's heart, Mr. Ciputra envisioned bold entrepreneurship with purpose, integrity, discipline, and opportunity. Guide a journey where sport uplifts communities and leaders are forged on the fairways.
Golf is a character forming, mindset forming, integrity, and a person can be successful, have a good integrity. The professional or entrepreneurship will mean nothing if no good integrity. And golf is teaching you about sportivity. The way I like golf. The golf tests yourself. If you lose, you cannot blame anybody. You have to blame yourself. So also, as a leader, you have to blame yourself. Don't blame any people if you are not successful.
From that vision, the Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation was formed, not just to host tournaments, but to advance a clear mission, to prepare players for the world's biggest stages and official world golf rankings. The foundation elevates what has been built through two pivotal events: the Ciputra Golfpreneur Junior World Championship and the Asian Development Tour, ADT. The junior event evolved from local beginnings in 1993 to the global Ciputra Golfpreneur Junior World Championship by 2007. Drawing on more than 25 years of collaboration to define our standards and expand our reach, we advance development through education, world-class facilities, and international pathways to scholarships and global competition, underpinning our platform and guiding players from junior promise to professional readiness. In 2024, Indonesian boys and girls achieved a historic clean sweep. Both athletes are from the Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation, the first of its kind, marking a milestone echoed across our golf community. In 2025, back-to-back titles added momentum to a rising generation. Our champions are invited to professional event, the Ciputra Golfpreneur Tournament, Asian Development Tour for boys, and the Indonesia Women's Open in January 2026 for girls. This year's Thai champion also finished second in the pro event, the top amateur in the field. Our event earns a place on the world stage of the World Amateur Golf Rankings. With growing field strength, the girls' division rises and the boys follow with momentum. It's not just progress, it's steady momentum toward world-class competition. This year marks the Asia-Pacific Golf Confederation, APGC, sanction of the championship for the first time, expanding participation across 47 member nations and elevating the event on the regional stage. Today, our championships welcome players from more than 20 nations. In 2025, 5 African nations joined the field, alongside newcomers from Botswana, Namibia, Kenya, and Zimbabwe. Beyond the fairways, our athletes have pursued scholarships at major universities worldwide, blending sport with education and opportunity. On the professional side, since 2014, we've partnered with the Asian Development Tour instead of the main Asian Tour, opening more chances for Indonesian players to compete and progress. The Ciputra Golfpreneur ADT is a lineage of champions that inspires, expands our alumni network, and elevates the sport. Tom Kim's 2019 CGT ADT victory foreshadowed a remarkable world stage journey. Today, he stands as a testament to our pathways, ambition, perseverance, and excellence for Indonesian talent. His story is a map, not a destination. On behalf of our CGF Big Family, we extend heartfelt thanks for your enduring support. Your generosity and partnership empower us to reach new heights on the course, in our communities, and beyond. Together, we will continue to nurture leaders, grow youth talent, and shape a lasting legacy that elevates Indonesian champions to greater stages.
Ya, silakan Pak Deding. Boleh berdiri, nggak apa-apa.
Okay, thank you everyone. Good morning. It is our pleasure to be here. Thank you, John, for inviting us, as well as Caroline. But the whole idea, hopefully we can just summarize from the video, is that it's about building the platform. Our foundation has a very valuable mission. We want to bring our Indonesian golfers to be in a world-class stage and play at the Olympics. It's as simple as that. But the process takes time. It's not like a overnight thing that we can do. We just have to go and achieve that. In order to do that, we have our professionals, which we are very fortunate that today we've got the three of them coming here today to share their experiences from their college days. But more importantly, it's about also getting the junior champions, because we need the Indonesian players to be able to have the exposure and obtain the exposure requirement in order to play college golf in the United States. So our journey, our athlete journey initiatives is like we have a junior event which has been run over 30 years, and we hope that you guys also come in the next 2 weeks. I think we're having it on the 10th to the 12th of June next month. And then obviously we have our Ciputra Golfpreneur professional tour, which will be held in August. Like I said before, the plan is not something that's straightforward. We will always have up and downs. As John mentioned earlier about golf, it's not easy. Yeah, in golf, the greatest golfer like Jack Nicklaus always said that in golf you always lose more than you win, and that's a fact. And he's won 19 major championships. Okay, so the path is very different to what we plan to do, and that's why we need to prepare ourselves. That's where we encourage not only their sports, but make sure we are prepared in terms of the education and the academic requirements that's necessary to build for golf and also life. This is what Ciputra's understanding about entrepreneurship. This is what mentioned about our history, about our event. Like I said before, we had 21 countries last year, and we expect 27 to 29 countries this year, thanks to linking up with the APGC, the Asia Pacific Golf Confederation. And this year, we are also inviting U.S. Golf coaches in the universities to come out. They will be here on the 9th before our opening ceremony, so you're more than welcome to meet them and ask questions about what is really required to become a student athlete. And they can also share what, not only in golf, but also in other sports as well, because they've got extensive experience of what it takes to become a student athlete in their universities, not only in golf. This is our facilities that we have. We have 3 major facilities in BSD course, Pantai Indah Kapuk, as well as the one in Surabaya. And just a quick glimpse of what we've had our juniors and our existing members of Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation athletes have gone through to various universities. I think they will be able to share their experiences there. We have 3 And I think there will be more if you want to come to visit our event on the 10th. We can also share the experience as well. I think these are the names. Yeah. I think that's a general glimpse. The whole idea of Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation is to build the platform. As John mentioned, that is the very critical point, building the environment, and then also getting the network, the accessibility of information to pick the right ones for your child, and also picking the right school, as well as the coaches, as well as for building the environment for them to go to the next level. I think that's a quick introduction, so let's just go into the athletes, and then we have a major Q&A.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, Carol.
Thank you so much, Pak Dading. Okay, so we're gonna talk about building the environment. We're gonna talk about the preparation and everything through this discussion, right? Okay, so first things first. Let's talk about the journey. I want to know how competitive is it? I think all of you guys can answer this also. How competitive is it to be recruited to maybe one or maybe more universities?
Okay, let me just give you a quick one, because
Sure.
there are so many universities in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
There are levels of types of qualities that they are looking for. You can have, you can be very good in golf, but you're also very good in academics. But then you can also be very good in golf, your academics is so-so. There are also schools for that as well. So there's so many opportunities. You have the NCAA, you have Division I, you have Division II, Division III, you have the NAIA as well. So there are just so many various universities, and that's what's so great about the U.S. I think why people go there, I think it's it's that opportunity of placing themselves to be where they are at the present time.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think so. As Padene has mentioned, there are many universities in the U.S. There are over 4,000 universities in the U.S. So you don't have to worry. There's got to be at least one university that fits your profile, that suits you. Okay, mungkin aku mau nanya ke alumni kita 3 orang ini. Seberapa kompetitifnya saat itu mungkin while you guys were applying to the university? Mungkin boleh. Silakan Fadil kalau mau jawab duluan.
Just the whole process of it, all that was the first part to understand for us. I'm sure Hansel and Yo-Yo can say the same thing, where we all had to understand the step by step and who to contact and all that. Just because it's so, unless if you grew up in the States and you play a lot of junior golf in the States, then you can have that exposure. But as for myself, I was able to play some events here that helped me kind of build my resume, but then I had to have an external, like a third-party agency to help me get that exposure. And it was actually one of my coaches at the time that kind of connected me through that pathway for me to be able to have that exposure, because the competition is very, very hard, and especially like in the U.S. To be able to play junior golf there and compete against the best junior players there,
Right.
then that's when you kind of get that exposure from the college coaches. But if you compete in Asia, sometimes they don't. Some coaches don't really compare the strength of field or the strength of competition per se. So that's why you kind of need that external help from an agency per se that has those connections and can help kind of just like a job application, basically,
Right.
essentially.
Okay, so basically exposure is very important to get that,
Yes.
to get that experience.
Because you can play well in Asia with the type of field, the strength of field here, but then it may not necessarily translate to the level of
Right.
competition in the U.S. And therefore, like, let's say you write an email to a top tier university for golf and for academics as well, and then they kind of see, okay, which tournaments are you actually playing in, and then they don't necessarily will reply your email as well.
Right, right.
Because then it also depends. Like if you go through an agency, and then that agency kind of helps explain that to
Right.
the coach,
Right.
and that agency has credibility, obviously. then it could give you that extra boost, especially if you can't really play much junior golf in the US.
Right. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Fadhli. So maybe let's go to, let's see, maybe Amadeus, do you want to share something?
Sure. So as Kak Fadhli said earlier, exposure was the key to get what we were aiming as an athlete was to get scholarships to go to the US. And in order to get that, we have to know the coaches. And what I did personally, when I was a junior, I went to the US and I played a couple events there, and so I can meet the coaches in person, not through emails anymore. So that helps me a lot too.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I mean to add that for the email part, because every coaches like top school out there, they receive like thousands of emails,
Right,
like
right.
literally every day, and even though you've been sending emails to all the top schools, they're not even reading your emails. So I totally agree with Fadli that you need an agent
Mm-hmm.
so that they can help you get contact
Right.
personally with the coaches there.
Right.
I was lucky enough that I went to high school in Florida, so I was able to play tournaments in the US. So coaches there can watch me live, like personal,
Oh.
when I play tournaments there.
Right.
Yeah.
And where did you go in Florida? Which high school?
IMG Academy.
Oh, IMG.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Top tier. All right. So, mungkin aku pertanyaan selanjutnya tadi we talk about the emailing the coaches, right? Did you guys have your own agents to kind of help you with that, or did you kind of start with it yourself and then you realize I think I need someone to help me with this, and how often do you actually send those emails out, and what do you send in it? It can be just like a paragraph, right? You probably send videos, photos, or maybe your recent like competition or something.
Oh, yeah, I can go. Oh, sorry, you want to go? Yeah, I can go. So, well, for me, I started out emailing by myself to the coaches directly, but then I quickly found out that I didn't really get a response that quickly, especially when you email to those top tier coaches. And also at the time, my performances in relation to the field that I was playing in, the strength of competition that I was playing in, wasn't as great. And I hadn't won my kind of first like big event yet. I wasn't on the world amateur golf rankings yet. So that was like one of the kind of criteria that I could be seen as with the competition that I was playing in. But then I figured that I had to take a gap year actually. So after high school I didn't go straight to college just because I didn't have the performances to back up my kind of my claim, I guess, to the colleges that I emailed to. But then I started building some more positive results, and then I worked with that coach at the time that ended up introducing me to that agency, and then it all kind of, that pathway was, I guess, was the one that helped me a lot more, because along with positive results and then being able to send a resume to some of the better schools, then I could get some exposure to start off with. So basically, to answer your question, I did start out by myself. But then afterwards, I had the help of the agency to kind of really push forward like my resume and that I've played in X amount of tournaments. I've won this and that and all that stuff. So yeah, that there is a pathway for everyone. Some players who have emailed by themselves also work, just depending on their what they've achieved basically.
Okay, got
So
it.
everyone's different, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
What about maybe Hansel or Amadeus? Anything different?
I also started emailing the coaches as well. I was actually lucky that one of my teammates from high school, he committed to the University of Oregon first, and then I had the opportunity to meet him in person. So I told him that I've sent you an email a few times, and can you help me out? And then basically you have to be brave. Like you cannot be shy there.
Right.
Like I played tournaments there. It's called AJGA. It's one of the biggest junior event in America, and there's gonna be a lot of good top school out there, and the coaches, they're gonna watch the junior players. So when you play tournaments out there, you can actually go talk to the coaches there, and you have to be brave. Like can I have your phone number, and then you start contacting with him,
Right.
and then from there, then you connect through emails or through phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're actually very welcoming, right? They like if you ask for their contacts, they'll usually give it to you,
You-
and they'll want to talk to you.
Actually, you have to the coach. You have to be junior in high school to be able to
I see.
contact the coaches. Before that, I think you can just send email and
Right,
they
right.
cannot respond. They
Right.
just have to look you
Right.
up.
Oh, because that's what part of the NCAA rules, I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. What about you, Amadeus?
Well, for me personally, I didn't use any agency. I went to high school in Australia, and in my case, it was tricky because my year was COVID year on the year that I graduated high school. So I cannot go to US to visit on some schools that I'm aiming to go to. The only way that I can get to the coaches was to email by myself or by contacting my friends that are in the States already. Like Hansel said, his teammate was playing in the University of Oregon. So I contacted my friend who was, he's from Thailand, and he graduated from the school that I went to, and it was Campbell. That's how I got into
see.
Campbell.
So that's how you get the connection
Yeah,
together.
that's
Okay.
how I got the connection.
Okay. So the next question is for Pak Daddy, because we talk about connecting with coaches. Some of these athletes, they actually went to the U.S. whether for high school or for a tournament or for an exposure. What about maybe other students who don't have that opportunity or does not have the opportunity yet to go to the U.S. and have that exposure? Are there any other avenues for them to explore?
Yes, I mean it's been really dynamic for the last 5-10 years about recruitment, because I think obviously the top colleges, coaches, they can identify the players who they want for the next 5 years. They've already have a plan with that. But then you look at the others, it is our job is to able to provide that opportunity. For example, that like we're having the coaches coming here, because that's the new trend now. Because now they don't need to, they can attract the ball. They can go after the market. That's why, the coaches that we have that's coming here, they're going to Asian countries like Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia. So
I see.
they are already identifying, and they're doing the mini camps, obviously,
Right, right.
but they're also identifying the kind of players that they're looking for as well.
Right.
And it's very dynamic now, and I think it's I think it's 5-10 years ago for them. Now you have, the coaches will know who they want. Very interesting is that there are more and more coaches are very interested with Asian players, Asian students,
Right.
because I guess historically they're more quote unquote coachable. So that's why I think it's an opportunity for us, and it's just now we're building the platform to move forward with it.
Right. So there's other platforms such as
Yes, you don't have to go. I mean, Hansel was fortunate to be in the U.S. as well as Amadeus in Australia. But I think being in Indonesia is still good, very good opportunity, because there are more tournaments, and we have our tournaments. For example, the Ciputra Junior World Championship is to do that. We want to provide Indonesian players to be exposed to the international capability.
All right, thank you. Okay, so next question. When did you guys realize that you wanted to play golf in the long run, for a long time, whether it's going to be athletic pathway through college or maybe to go pro in the future? When did you guys learn that this is what I want to do? Because that's going to be very early, right? It can't be later in the life, so... Hansel, you can answer.
Personally, for me, it was my turning point was maybe 13.
Okay.
13 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, when I moved to Jakarta, then I want to focus on golf. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Fadhli?
For college golf, I've actually dreamed of playing in that system basically since middle school, so about 14, 15. Just because you get that whole kind of team environment, which you don't really get in golf, right? Because you're playing against yourself pretty much 99% of the time. But yeah, just kind of looking at YouTube videos of like how each player went through their daily lives at the time of being in that college athletic programs, basically. And yeah, it was just something a dream of mine to be a part of from that age. And then playing professionally, I've always kind of wanted to do from a young age. But you know, a lot of challenges that come with that. But so far, we're still keeping the dream alive.
Okay, that's good to hear. What about you, Amadeus?
I started golf at the age of 12.
Okay.
And then my turning point was basically when I played my first junior tournament. I see a lot of kids at my age at that time playing competitive golf, and I got inspired by them. And then, well, originally my goal was to play Division One golf in America. That was my original goal, to get scholarships so I can study in the U.S. But then my turning point also in the U.S. was, I can compete. I feel like I can compete against all these top players in the world.
Right.
And now I'm here. I just turned
Okay.
professional also. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, for Pak Daddy, because I guess this fellows, they start very early, right? So there's going to be some support from the family. So I think, what was your response when you realized that maybe Fadhli wanted to pursue this for college? And because parents' roles are very important, given that the student athletes were very young when they started to realize they wanted to pursue this, how did you and your family ensure that Fadhli, or maybe, you know, how do parents have to ensure that their kids have the great support from the family?
Yeah, I think in general, you know, parents are always want to do their best for
Right.
their children. I mean, you know, I had a session the other day in the SD, and you know, your parents are already asking questions about how to get scholarships, how to play sports, and I said to them, you know, you want to start golf. I mean, to me, you have to become an athlete first. Yeah, you don't have to start golf at the age of 3 like Tiger Woods did and so forth. I mean, that's, you know, everybody's telling me, oh, is it okay if I start golf when my son is already 10?
Right.
I said that's fine. You know, just go and play multi-sports, and there's so many sports available, and I think golf will come on its way. And yes, I think at the present time for Indonesians, it's a great opportunity to get scholarship through golf.
Right.
Because I think we have the skills, we have the environment to do so. So there's no entry limit. Yeah, I think you can start golf at the age of 14, and that's what, you know, like great players like Greg Norman, Nick Faldo, you know, they can become,
Right.
but they are athletes. I think that's the most important thing, is that they have the right motoric skills, they have to do that, but at the same time, the way we prioritize is that academics comes first.
Academic comes first. Okay, that's actually that's related to what I want to ask. You know, next, because you mentioned about, you know, you can be a good athlete or a great athlete, but you can also be a great student with maybe a straight A student, right? But not all athletes can have that capacity. What I want to ask is for all you know, our 3 alum here. Did you have to take SAT when you applied to college? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If you still remember, or if you wanna say it, what was the score? And how many times maybe you had to take the SAT?
I think mine was 1280.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Fadhli? You were laughing pretty hard. Just now.
I think mine was around 900 to 1,000 for like the two, because only two.
Two,
were,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was just pretty. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I took it once actually, so I didn't like retake it or anything. And then, yeah, it was enough for the kind of the colleges that I was looking at. So, it just goes back to like what you're trying to find, like in terms of which college, of the level of difficulty,
Right.
or like what's your main goal to go to the States? Is it uh, to be a big fish in a small pond, or a small fish in a big pond, basically?
Right.
And the level of competition, you got to make sure that you're choosing what you kind of want to achieve out of yourself for the four or
Right.
5 years that you're there.
Right. Okay. What about you, Amadeus?
As Fadhli said, some schools have different SAT scores to get to. I got my SAT score first try was around 1100-ish.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think that was enough to get to the schools that are aiming to get to.
Okay.
Let me just
Yes, of course.
Let me just add. I think it's very important that what's really good about being a student athlete, as a student athlete prospect, is that the coaches will come. There's always the academic consulate as well, so
Right.
they talk, and the way they decide is like sometimes the coaches will make if this is the right person, they'll find a way for the player to get in.
Right.
And the academic counselor will always support
Right.
the athletic support.
Right, right, and I think that's very important for for everyone here, or maybe who's watching online, to also remember that while you have to be a very good athlete, sometimes you still have to take the SAT test, right? It doesn't have to be 1500 or 1600. It really depends on where you want to go. You take a look at the school's profile also, but it doesn't mean that the academic, the academic life, can fall behind. So you kind of have to also think about it, right? Now, I guess, help me understand in terms of like the application to college, right? Because there's the academic pathway, there's the athletic pathway. How do you prepare for this too? Because you guys probably have busy schedules, right? Between the tournaments, between the trainings, between studying for exams and everything. How do you manage to do that?
It's tough.
It's tough.
Super tough. Especially during seasons. You have, in a year, you're basically playing all year. There's some tournament that there's back to back to back, and during the tournaments, you have to be able to, how do you say it? Like, spend your time wisely. You have to use it.
Right.
You have to do your work basically anywhere and everywhere. I do my homework mostly at the plane.
Oh, wow.
And basically after playing like 36 holes, I have to do my exam at night. So I have to spend my time wisely, basically. Because if you're not doing well in school, even though you're playing good golf, you're not able to play on the team. Like
Right.
You have to be a certain. In my school, it was not really high standard for the school. Like you can basically have a 2.5 GPA and you can still play. But at some school, you have to be like higher than 3.0 or something to be able to play for the team.
Right.
So it's not just the golf part that you have to be good at. You have to be really dedicated on your academic as well. So during the events, I usually talk with my advisors a lot. It's like, when can I reschedule my exam because I'm in a tournament? You have to be diligent. Like, you have to look at all your schedule and you have to maximize like your time during the tournaments.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right.
What's so good about being a student athlete is that you have what Hansel was mentioning about being the advisors. They have academic advisors throughout the semesters in terms of supporting them, in terms of taking the classes. And what's so neat what's so neat about in the U.S. colleges is that when they enter their semester, they have the opportunity to take which classes that they want to take before a normal student.
Oh, okay.
Correct, right?
That's great.
So,
That's great.
So they know what they're planning, their college practices and so forth. So therefore, they take the classes where where a normal student would probably have to wait.
Right. So the school actually really provides that service, that help for the student athletes.
Yeah. We get prioritized for student athletes.
Oh, that's
to-
amazing.
Also, if you're in season and you see your golf schedule is very packed, you can sometimes move your class to another semester, so you don't have to take.
Okay. Well, that's
like,
amazing.
yeah.
Fadhli, do you want to share something? Or
Yeah, just to kind of add a little bit on the advisor part, because my academic advisor was amazing. I mean, if it wasn't for her, be kind of in shambles at times, because you're trying to kind of fulfill the kind of expectations on your academic grade, and then you have to perform on the course as well. I mean, just the one thing that I remembered from my kind of my visit to Kentucky, my coach was saying that there are three things during the 4 years that you're there. It's your golf, your academics, and then your social life. And then you have to prioritize which ones you want to excel at, because if you obviously want to excel at your social life more, then you're probably going to be falling back in terms of your other two. So I mean, the key word is, a lot of, I'm sure, with student athletes is just the balance of, managing it all. But then it also really helps you for your life after college, right? Because, that's pretty much what you do every day, regardless of what career you end up taking. And I think that's kind of the valuable lesson that I'm sure we've all kind of taken after college. After our experiences in the U.S.
Right. That's amazing. Takeaway. Because then it applies to our daily life, basically, right? You kind of have to manage your time well. You kind of need to know what to prioritize and when. So that's amazing. What about you, Amadeus? Anything you want to share?
Well, from my experience, we student athletes spend most of our time on the road, basically. It's going to be 8-hour drive. It's going to be a 6-hour flight, whatever that is, the tournament that we're going to go to. So we got to bring our laptops, homeworks, everything. We have to work on the plane, everything on the spot. And the coaches take care more about the academic than the golfing part, actually.
Oh, okay.
So if we're failing one of the classes, we're not allowed to go on the road and stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So it's about commitment, right? It's about commitment to your academic, to your golf, basically. A lot of juggling in between.
Yeah. In fact, some of the colleges, the golf coaches actually have targets.
Oh, okay.
And so overall team's GPA is also part of their targets.
Right.
So,
okay.
Part of their bonus plans and so forth. So it's good to know that they also want to pick not only just their golf skills, but also the academic side as well.
Right. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. So, are there any parents here? Parents. Okay. Mungkin tertarik untuk mencoba mendaftarkan anak-anaknya melalui untuk golf atau mungkin through golf recruitment? Ada? Ya. Oke, kalau gitu. Nah, mungkin pertanyaan ini untuk Pak Dading, mungkin bisa di-share kepada parents yang ada di sini juga. Realistically speaking, what financial and academic planning should parents begin to prepare quite early for their kids?
Financial planning, it varies. What's more important is to have the kids to enjoy, to play the game first. I think that's more important. Obviously, if you look at some of the junior golf, parents are very, very ambitious, and which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I think it's more important is that they enjoy the sport. You can start at any time. But I think it's more important that the kid is prepared for it, and they have to play multi-sports. I think that's the most important thing. Financial, obviously, it's there. There are various ways of getting scholarships. You can get a full scholarship, 100%. You can get 50%, whatever. But I think what's good being a student athlete compared to become as an academic scholar. If you're a student athlete, if you get a scholarship, it's a done deal for 4 years.
Oh, so it's like a contract before.
You can also improve, right? That's the. But the whole concept is that okay, we will support you, and it's really basically done on an email. It's nothing nothing formal and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in academic, every quarter they will measure your performance based
right.
on academic grades. I think as becoming a student athlete, as long as you don't do something crazy on the social media or you get drunk while driving, I think you should be okay in terms
I
of
see.
managing, and also managing the 2.5 GPA, minimum 2.5 GPA. So I think, it's special. I think that's the way. I think my view is that if you do want to go to the U.S., you have to do something different that what the United States can provide. And I think that kind of the NCAA, the sports program, it's second to none.
Okay, okay. Now we talk about scholarship and financial preparedness. Did you guys receive any scholarship during your college years? Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
For 4 years and you for 1 year?
Yeah,
Or-
I mean, that was the whole idea, right? To get a
Right.
scholarship to get study in the US.
Right. Now, may I ask, because some schools they say they can provide like a full ride or like a full tuition scholarship or maybe just maybe just a little bit. How much scholarships did you receive during your college years? Hansel, do you want to answer first?
During my first year, it was not much.
Mhm.
I couldn't remember how much, but as I think my sophomore year, it went up to like about 40%, I think.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah,
big. That's
so-
big.
It was, during my first year, I didn't get much because it was also during the COVID years. Because
Right.
there's not a lot of
Right.
schools options for me.
Right.
So I just,
That's a good
and
point.
yeah, one of my best option was the University of Oregon, even though there's not a lot of scholarship.
Nice,
So I
okay.
took it, yeah.
Okay, that's it. So 40 years for the rest of the college years, second, third, fourth
I
year.
believe so, yeah.
Okay,
I believe
that's
so.
amazing. Okay, what about you, Fadhli?
So from what I remember is that the cost of books and the academic like kind of additional fees depending on the courses that you take, the classes that you take, it was all pretty much covered, and then we got a stipend as well actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think it was called cost of attendance or something like
Right,
that. Like for
right.
athletes, we get a little bit per semester, so that really helps a lot. Obviously, especially now with with the exchange rate, I'm sure it's going to help even more. But
Right.
but yeah, those were the kind of the numbers that I can remember. And then like obviously, if you perform, if you continue to improve, then there's always consideration for getting more scholarship basically.
But usually you don't get less. They don't downgrade you. I mean, it's very
Yes, unless something
unlikely.
extreme.
Unless something extreme happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Unless something extreme happens.
Okay. What about you, Amadeus?
My scholarship was all the tuition, all the books, and all the classes are
Wow.
covered. All I got to pay was the dormitory for the first year. 'Cause I
Wow,
was-
that's amazing.
But yeah, it was tricky because that's the only school that I got offered that are, I'll say, top of the list.
Okay, wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I mean, if it's just a dormitory fee, that's pretty much like just a tiny bit compared to like the tuition. Tuition is really big, right? Okay, so just a quick question here. Can you combine that scholarship? So let's say you got 40%, right? Can you combine that with a merit scholarship? Let's say you have a 3.0 GPA and then school give you an extra scholarship. Is that possible? Do you know?
That I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
But I think it just depends on, I guess, which college, as in like
Okay.
which major you're planning to
Okay,
take.
got it,
basically.
got it.
But I'm not entirely sure about
Okay.
that. If you can maybe
Okay.
like add on that.
All right.
I think it depends on the schools.
Okay.
And yeah, they provide academics as well as sports. But I think as parents, just a friendly advice is that yes, obviously we want to have the best scholarship available for our children. But I think there are other factors that's involved. I think it's I think it's more important is that the child is very comfortable with the coach, with the environment, the school, and obviously the major that they want to
Right.
take.
Okay. Which I forgot. I did not ask. What did you guys study in the US? What major?
Business for
Business.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
Then yeah, finance for me.
Finance, business. What about
school.
you?
I also took finance.
Took finance and business. Okay. Now, before we move on to the Q&A session, I just have one very quick question for the athletes and for Fadhli here. So it's common that athletes get injuries, right? It's very common. So how do you, I guess, how do you manage to keep that, your I guess your physics to be like like pretty much on top always, like supaya nggak gampang injured atau maybe apapun itu, mungkin dari practice, dari training, dari nutrition. And does Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation also provide that kind of, maybe I want to say mentoring or maybe apa ya, bantuan untuk athletesnya to make sure that they're always always ready tanpa ada harus banyak injuries dan lainnya. Maybe you guys can answer first.
That's the thing about what I love in college golf, because they have the full package. They have the physiotherapist, nutritionist, mental coach, gym coach,
Okay.
and golf coach, obviously. And we can basically use our physiotherapist every day whenever we want.
Oh, wow.
And we
okay.
can talk to our nutritionist every day. And yeah, and we always travel with them as well.
Oh, okay.
So every tournament, our nutritionist, she always brought us snacks and fuel for us, for the
That
team.
sounds good.
And yeah, and every time we don't feel good, we can just recovery with our physiotherapist. as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. What about your experiences? Maybe Amadeus.
Well, what I love about golf, it's not a contact sport. So
right.
us athletes, golf athletes, we rarely get injured. All we gotta do is just maintaining our physics in the gym, probably, and do a bit of cardio because we walk when we play tournaments.
Right.
So it's just cardio things, I guess.
Okay. What about you, Fadhli?
I think to sum up kind of Hansel's summary of what we were able to receive, as in like the whole package, is that college athletics is pretty much the best time of your life. I mean, that's kind of where you're all kind of provided for. I mean, now looking back on it, yeah, it was basically cloud 9 for 4 years, you know. But like when you're there, you have to you have to continually appreciate what you have while you're there, and really take advantage of it. And just because it takes a whole kind of support system like that just to be able to perform both on and off the course. So yeah, it's a very special experience, and make sure you really, like what Fadhli said, research the universities that you're planning to go to and make sure it's the right environment for you, because it's not for everybody to be able to be in that system, just because of how demanding it is from all aspects. But yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity to do it in any sport, really, not just golf, just kind of go for it and enjoy it as much as you can, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Gimana Pak Deddy?
Yeah, I mean, well said, three of you. At Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation, we don't have that kind of support yet. That's why, because we don't know what the requirements are, because they vary. That's why our mission is to provide the infrastructure in terms of facilities. But we don't have the coaches, because everybody have their own coaches. They vary, nutritionists and so forth. That's why our foundation really want to focus to get the juniors to receive that scholarship, because they get that facility that you cannot get elsewhere.
Right.
I mean, we have our juniors who are willing to just to stay in going to university in Indonesian universities, which is fine. It's not a problem. But they will not have that accessibility. They will not have that experience to get that competition level to be where they are. Because when they go to Indonesian universities, they are very, they don't become a priority. Academic will continue to become a priority. Even the best schools, we try to work with them. We try to collaborate with them. Sometimes, you cannot change the schedule because, and it's very difficult. Very difficult, and that's why you already have a platform like the NCAA, which is a perfect platform for anybody to experience. And then also other countries are also trying to follow what the NCAA is doing as well.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now we're gonna open it up to the floor here. Anyone here has a question? Okay. So we go here first, and then we'll answer some questions online. Oke, mikrofonnya bisa tolong dinyalakan?
Hi guys, I'm Greg. I got two different questions for all of the speakers here. The first one for Pak Dading. Hi Pak, saya mau tanya. As you said earlier, I noticed your statement was the Asian student athlete is more coachable. Could you describe some more about that? And the second question for each and every one of you, boys, I want to know, Fadhli and Hansel, as you guys graduated from Kentucky and Oregon universities, now what do you guys do for a living? And for Amadeus, you were there at Campbell University just only for 1 year. Why was that? And what do you study now at UPH? Thank you.
Okay. So mungkin Pak Dading dulu ya, yang bisa jawab tentang coachable.
Yeah, terima kasih. That's a very, very good question because what the coaches have been saying to us. Obviously, I work closely with other agencies and so forth. They prefer, particularly Asians, because they're more coachable. They're more structured, because they've got their education in place. But in some countries, more difficult because, for example, in Thailand, their English has not been great, but now they're improving for them to get scholarship. So they're also going very, very at a high speed. But I think being coachable, it's like most of the U.S. kids, when they graduate high school, their freedom is a lot more than the Asians. So sometimes the coaches are not don't have the time to coach some of the existing the Americans, right? But I think overall, you have the Asians there. They've studied their academics. They've done their experiences in the U.S. So that culture is very, very good and very attainable for them to move on. Because I think Fadhli's coach has actually had a first experience with the Asian, But there are other coaches who are actually really, really want to go full out with the Asian because one, their academic is strong. Two, is their commitment and their ability to be taught is much easier than the counterpart.
All right, thank you. I hope that answers
answer
your question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe we'll move on to Fadhli and Hansel.
Well, right now I'm actually playing professionally, so it's my 4th year now. But I'm also coaching some juniors as well on the side, and then I have some side projects as well that I do with actually an equipment manufacturing company called Ping. So I kind of help them try and grow the brand in Indonesia even more, basically. Yeah.
Okay, Hansel?
Right now I'm focusing on playing professional golf. Yeah.
All right, Amadeus, last but not least.
Okay, so as I said before, for my year, high school, it was tricky. So it was COVID year. They don't have a lot of options of college that's available because most of the seniors, they have 5th year when on the COVID year. So they, instead of 4 years of studying, they can choose, because of their COVID year, they don't study, so they can choose of the 5th year they can take. So most of the schools that I really wanted to go to, let's say like top schools, Kentucky, Oregon, UCLA, they all not taking freshmen. So I guess it was limited, and I didn't have the chance to visit on the school. When I get there, I guess for personal reasons, the environment wasn't quite right enough for me. I was quite far from everything. The city was, yeah, it was basically only live because of the university. I got nothing else to do but golf and study, so I got kind of bored. But that first year, that only 1 year, it gives me a lot of experience that I can provide it here. I can continue it when I'm studying in UPH. Aku bisa terapin apa yang aku alamin di sana, aku bisa terapin di sini. Jadi my schedule there, let's say morning gym, afternoon class, and then after that golf. I do all of that here too, so it's pretty much the same for me. And what I do now, I'm a professional golfer. I just turned pro last week actually.
Oh, congratulations.
Played my first event, but yeah, that even though it's only 1 year, it helped me a lot. That experience that I got from the US, I can terapin di sini.
Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, Pak Dading, I have a question. So we have a question from abroad. Bagaimana kalau pemain dari luar negeri, let's say Malaysia, Singapura, atau Thailand, mau join ke Ciputra Golfpreneur Foundation to be a part of it?
Unfortunately, Pak Ciputra has a very strong vision of creating Indonesian players to be in the Olympics.
Okay.
That is definitely the first priority. But obviously, we are very flexible. The whole idea is to create an environment. So if we have the right parents, we have the right student or athlete, we can always combine that, because I think we can always migration best practices from other countries as well.
Right.
In our event, in next 2 weeks, we have players coming from Denmark.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And very interesting, because Denmark, you can imagine them where they have limited sun. They only have like probably 2 or 3 months throughout the year.
Right.
Very limited population, but they probably have the highest players population capacity.
Oh, wow.
On playing in the TP Tour, the European Tour, and also the PGA Tour. So how can that happen? So we can always learn from and also migrate the best practices. So yes, if anybody wants to know, please contact me. We can always discuss what the possibilities that's available.
All right. Okay. So we can take one last question from here. Anyone here want to ask a question? No? Going once? Twice? None? Okay. So I guess before we close the event, mungkin aku mau tanya dulu ya teman-teman di sini, Fadhli, Amadeus, Hansel, Pak Dading, mungkin bisa memberikan advice buat students, juniors, atau mungkin parents yang tertarik kalau anaknya itu mau main golf di US universities. Mungkin bisa dari, silakan Pak Dading dulu.
I mean, I think it's just more important is to become an athlete first. I think athlete first, focus on their academics, then everything will flow. And then if golf is the sport that you like, then so be it. I think, but if you look at the current conditions, availability of getting scholarships, playing golf is one of the probably highest probability of getting it, and I think it's great. Also, you have that experience. I think people should go to the U.S. To get education, to get knowledge, and so forth. But there's got to be an additional added value to it, and I think the U.S. Has that compared to any other countries in the world. Even you go to Australia, you want to become a golfer, you want to go to New Zealand, whatever. It's totally different. It's very it's not connected.
Right.
So the U.S. with the NCAA system that provides that, and Hansel mentioned it, and Fadhli as well, and Amadeus is that experience, and that it's a valuable experience. It's a fun experience as
Right,
well.
right. Oke, mungkin Hansel dulu.
Yeah, totally agree with Palading. The experience, you cannot get it anywhere else. It was the best 4 years of my life.
Okay.
You can definitely, you can get a valuable lessons that you cannot get anywhere else. And my advice is just go chase your dreams, go enjoy yourself, and don't be too hard on yourself.
All right. Thank you. Fadhli?
I think just to kind of add on to Hansel there, the key is to enjoy the game of golf first, or any sport really, and then build a support system around you that is going to push you towards that goal. And if one of those goals are to play college sports, then build that platform for you to achieve that goal. So make sure to basically have all of that in place before you decide on that pathway, essentially.
Right. Okay. Amadeus?
It's a good experience. If you're a golfer here and you're planning to play professionally, I think you should go through what we went through in NCAA, because it's a valuable lesson.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Pak Dading. Thank you, Hansel, Fadhli, Amadeus, for being here. I truly appreciate your time for coming here Saturday morning. All right. So everyone, kayak kita udah dengar semuanya. So about playing sports in college is not just about your athletic journey, right? It's about you growing as an individual to achieve something greater with determination, with hard work, with passion, last but not least, with also family support. All right. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope to see you again at our next event. And I'm going to give the floor back to Patricia.
Thank you so much, Kak Caroline Darmanto, as our moderator for today. And of course, thank you to all speakers for today's insightful discussion. Can we give a big round of applause? Once again, everyone, thank you so much. And earlier at this event, we have trivia quiz for you who join us via online platforms. And the question was, is it true or false? Being a student athlete means you only focus on sports. And the correct answer to it is false. Student athletes must also meet academic requirements to stay eligible for competitions. So congratulations to @zen_FDHLY from Instagram, who is the fastest one who can guess correctly. And if you want to get to know more about America, you can follow our social media. We have on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, America. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in with us. My name is Patricia Elizabeth, and see you at the next America event. Happy weekend, everyone!